The world is going electric, and nowhere is this transformation more visible than in China's bustling cities and highways. From the heart of Shanghai to the sprawling suburbs of Beijing, electric vehicles are quickly becoming the new normal, signaling a profound shift in how people move, work, and live. China is leading the charge, setting the pace for the rest of the world. While Western nations debated the future of mobility and hesitated over policy, China moved decisively, investing billions and mobilizing its industries. The result? China built the world's largest EV market, crossing a historic milestone in 2024, with over half of all new cars sold now electric. This wasn't a matter of chance or a passing trend. It was the outcome of a focused, long-term national strategy, orchestrated at the highest levels of government and industry. China achieved this feat 6 years ahead of the US's own ambitious target, demonstrating the power of coordinated action. The surge in Chinese EVs is not just about cars, it's reshaping global energy systems, accelerating the shift to renewables, and reducing dependence on fossil fuels. This movement is challenging a century of combustion engine dominance and setting new industrial standards for efficiency, innovation, and scale. Names like BYD and NIO, once little known outside China, are now global leaders, exporting vehicles and technology worldwide. Their rapid rise is forcing legacy automakers in Europe, America, and Japan to scramble, rethinking their strategies just to keep up. China's market momentum is now influencing global supply chains, technology standards, and even the pace of innovation in other countries. As Chinese EVs appear on roads from Berlin to São Paulo, the trends set in China are quickly becoming the world's trends. By aligning government policy, industrial might, and consumer incentives, China has created a powerful, self-sustaining ecosystem for electric mobility. This ecosystem is now unstoppable, fueling further growth and innovation at a pace few can match. The story of China's EV dominance is more than just a tale of technology. It's a lesson in how state-driven strategy, when executed with vision and determination, can outpace fragmented, market-driven approaches and reshape the future of mobility for the entire world. China's dominance in the electric vehicle industry is no accident. It's the result of a meticulously crafted, 2-decade master plan. This transformation didn't happen overnight, but was built step by step, with careful coordination between government, industry, and research institutions. Early on, Beijing recognized that electrification was not just about cleaner air, but also about securing the nation's future. Reducing dependence on imported oil and tackling urban pollution became twin imperatives, driving a sense of urgency and purpose. The government poured nearly $30 billion into the sector, offering generous subsidies, funding research and development, and providing tax breaks. This massive investment helped nurture the industry from its earliest days, allowing it to survive and thrive. State-owned banks stepped in with low-interest loans, making it easier for companies to invest in new technologies and scale up production. Local governments also played a key role, offering cheap land and fast-tracking permits for new factories, which accelerated the pace of growth and innovation. Subsidies made electric vehicles affordable for millions of Chinese families, helping to build a robust domestic market. As the industry matured and became more competitive, these subsidies were gradually phased out, ensuring companies could stand on their own. A crucial policy required that only EVs using Chinese-made batteries would qualify for incentives. This forced foreign automakers to partner with local battery suppliers, strengthening the domestic supply chain and fostering collaboration. This approach guaranteed a steady market for Chinese battery manufacturers, fueling rapid innovation, investment in advanced technology, and ultimately, global leadership in battery production. The result is a world-class domestic industry that not only dominates at home, but now sets the pace for the global EV market, reshaping the future of transportation worldwide. China's EV revolution was supercharged at the local level, with cities like Shenzhen leading the way. Instead of waiting for consumers, local governments electrified public fleets, buses, taxis, and official vehicles, creating instant demand. Shenzhen replaced all 16,000 of its buses with electric models, showcasing the technology's reliability and improving air quality. Perks for EV owners, like charging discounts, parking privileges, and license plate exemptions, made EVs irresistible. Green license plates became status symbols, signaling the benefits of going electric. This combination of public procurement, consumer incentives, and social signaling created a powerful growth cycle. The result? EVs became mainstream, trusted, and aspirational across China. At the heart of China's EV dominance is total control of the battery supply chain. China secured global sources of lithium, cobalt, and other key minerals, often buying stakes in mines worldwide. It built massive refining capacity at home, processing most of the world's battery minerals. Even Western-owned mines often send raw materials to China for processing. Chinese giants like KTL and BYD now manufacture the majority of battery components globally. This vertical integration gives China immense leverage and makes it nearly impossible for rivals to break free quickly. US efforts to localize battery supply have struggled, as few vehicles can meet requirements to avoid Chinese content. The world's EV ambitions now depend on China's supply chain. In the US, the EV transition has stalled, mainly due to high prices and hesitant consumers. The average new EV costs $55,000, putting it out of reach for most Americans. Ford's F-150 Lightning, once seen as a breakthrough, faced slumping sales due to sticker shock. US policy relies on complex tax credits, creating confusion and uncertainty for buyers and automakers. Unlike China, there's no unified push to electrify public fleets or offer lifestyle perks for EV owners. Charging infrastructure remains patchy, fueling range anxiety and slowing adoption. China, by contrast, has built a vast, reliable charging network, making EV ownership practical. Without similar efforts, the US risks falling further behind in the electric race. China's edge isn't just scale, it's smart innovation, especially with LFP batteries. While Western firms focused on expensive NMC batteries, China perfected affordable, safe lithium iron phosphate (LFP) chemistry. CATL's breakthroughs have made LFP batteries faster charging and longer range, while BYD's Blade battery set new standards for safety and density. These advances slashed costs and made EVs accessible to the masses, both in China and abroad. Western automakers are now scrambling to adopt LFP tech, often relying on Chinese partners. Nearly all LFP batteries are made in China, deepening global dependence. The LFP revolution shows how targeted innovation can rewrite the rules and cement leadership. With its home market conquered, China's EV giants are going global. Battery makers like CATL are building factories in Europe, embedding themselves in local supply chains and economies. Chinese automakers, BYD, NIO, XPeng, are winning market share abroad with affordable, high-tech EVs. Their expansion is forcing legacy automakers to accelerate their own EV plans and rethink pricing. As Chinese technology spreads, it's setting global standards for batteries and charging. This isn't just about exports. It's about shaping the future of mobility worldwide. China's EV ecosystem is now a global force, redefining the industry's balance of power. America faces a dilemma. Should it accelerate the electric vehicle transition by relying on advanced Chinese technology, or take a slower, more cautious approach to build a secure, independent supply chain from the ground up? The choice isn't simple. Speeding up means more affordable EVs on the road sooner, but it also means greater dependence on a global rival. Ford's recent attempt to license CATL's LFP battery technology for a new US plant ignited a political firestorm, exposing deep anxieties about national security, economic competition, and technological sovereignty. Building a domestic battery industry from scratch would require at least $82 billion in investment, and even then, it would take years, possibly a decade or more, to reach the scale and efficiency that China has already achieved. China's head start in battery manufacturing gives it a commanding lead, making it difficult for the US to catch up quickly. In the meantime, US automakers depend on Chinese technology to keep electric vehicles affordable and competitive for American consumers. ensuring that the transition to clean transportation doesn't stall. This leaves the U.S. at a strategic crossroads. Should it prioritize national security and risk falling behind on climate goals? Or should it embrace international collaboration, accepting a certain level of dependency in order to accelerate the green transition and address the urgent threat of climate change? The answer may lie in a careful balance, fostering domestic innovation and manufacturing, while also allowing for strategic partnerships that can speed up progress. By investing in research and development, the U.S. can strengthen its own capabilities, but collaboration can provide the bridge needed to meet immediate climate targets. Navigating this complex landscape will require both vision and pragmatism from policymakers and industry leaders alike. How America chooses to respond in the coming years will shape not only its economic future, but also its role in the global fight against climate change. China's rapid success has forced the U.S. to confront difficult questions about its own path forward, and the decisions made now will echo for generations. America can learn from China's playbook to chart its own EV future. First, develop a long-term, bipartisan strategy that aligns policy, investment, and consumer demand. Electrify public and commercial fleets to create guaranteed markets and drive down costs. Invest in pragmatic innovation, like alternative battery chemistries, and secure the entire supply chain, from minerals to manufacturing. Make EVs practical and aspirational, not just green. Emphasize cost savings, convenience, and national pride. Shift the narrative. EVs are about American innovation and energy independence. Winning the EV race means mobilizing industry and government for a cleaner, more prosperous future. The time to act is now, before the gap becomes unbridgeable.